Hi, it's Ken Matthews on Ken Matthews Weekend. And what a weekend it is. There's a lot of people that are feeling kind of bummed out. And by the way, did you see the dance party in Philadelphia? Oh my gosh. It's the dance party for the predicted, pretend president-elect Joe Biden. Why do I say that? Because there's a whole bunch of things that aren't settled in key states. And the Democrats said, hey, we need to count every vote. And the president agrees. He did stipulate, the president, that we need to count every legal vote. There's so much misinformation out there, but let's start with the news media. For the most part, the mainstream news media is pretty useless. Most people know that now just from Mueller, the Mueller report and the Ukraine and covering up for Hunter Biden and the meth and the girls and Joe Biden and Ukraine and China and Turkey and Russia and the deals with his brothers, Frank and James, and I think, not his daughter, but I think his sister was his campaign manager or something. I mean, if you follow the money, I got to say, the Biden family knows how to get it. They can get that money and they can, package it up. I mean, you got to give Joe Biden credit. Here's a guy for 47 years. He really didn't do much for you and me. I mean, but wow, did he hook himself up. And the news media didn't cover any of it. And you know that. For 5 years, starting at the moment that President Donald J. Trump came down the escalator, the media has been banging on this guy every hour of every day with a new narrative. 93% of news media coverage of Donald J. Trump has been negative for the last 5 years. However, the coverage of Joe Biden and the Obama-Messiah, some know him by his real name, Barack Obama, that coverage has been incredible. So for 5 years, the mainstream media has marketed Joe Biden as this incredible guy who teamed up with the first black president. And wow, how could he be bad? How could he be corrupt? And then for 5 years, they packaged and marketed Donald Trump as the worst creature to ever walk the earth and occupy the White House. Every day they did that. Every day there was another lie that they couldn't substantiate. And the craziest thing about it is Donald Trump won half the country, and in all the states that Joe Biden was projected to sweep, then the blue wave, remember? Blue wave, my ass. There wasn't even a blue tide. Let me give you some numbers now. By the way, it's I'm a little distracted because my desk is covered with junk. It usually is, but I got like crackers on it now. So because I've been here all day going through this stuff, the pile of preparation. I was going to make a video yesterday, and then things change. I wanted to make a video the night of the election, but I got to admit, yesterday I was watching the Philadelphia dance party. Oh yeah! I've never seen so many happy people, really close without mask. I guess COVID's over now. I don't know if it is or not. I just do what the governor says. Not really. Okay, here. Battleground states, as of Sunday, November 8th, that's when I'm doing this edition of Ken Matthews Weekend. Arizona, Donald Trump has 48.9% of the vote. Joe Biden has 49.5% of the vote. Wow. Pennsylvania, that's the state I'm in. Formerly red state, but we're not sure what it is now. Is it purple? Is it pink? What the heck is it? Well, let's look. Donald J. Trump, 49.1%. Joe Biden, he's the guy that can't remember where he is. Joe Biden, 49.7. Donald Trump, 49.1. Joe Biden, 49.7. This is in Pennsylvania within the hour. Georgia, remember Georgia? Well, first of all, Ray Charles did a beautiful job with that song. Donald Trump, 49%, 49.2. Donald Trump. Joe Biden, 49.4. North Carolina, Donald J. Trump, 50. Joe Biden 48.7%. Nevada, Donald Trump 47.8%. Joe Biden 49.9%. Now, the reason I bring these numbers up, and I left out Wisconsin, where I believe there's a recount, Michigan, where all hell is breaking loose. We're going to do that in another report because that has a lot to do with computer issues. The reason I bring up the numbers is Joe Biden was supposed to win in a blue wave. And for 5 years, the news media destroyed Donald Trump. They hid the good things he did, exaggerated mistakes he made, and slandered, libeled, and defamed him. Yet, there he is within a point of Joe Biden in key swing states. And in the midst of all of this, Joe Biden wants to rush the count. Why do you want to rush the count? The blue state governors wanted to extend the count. Remember Joe Biden said about 3 days ago, this was before people started to catch on that the news media is full of crap and they're censoring things and banning things that social media is going to cover for Biden, that everybody from Fox to MSNBC, we're going to keep this whole voter fraud and irregularity and computer thing, we're going to keep it on the DL because they're all trying to save their reputation. Look, the pollsters are a joke. Their rep's dead. Pollsters are a punchline now. The news media, reputation dead. They lied on every single thing. They misinformed us. They misinformed us on COVID, on Mueller, on BLM, on the riots, on Fast and Furious, on Benghazi, on Hillary Clinton, on the emails. I can go on. We never got a full factual picture of anything. And here we are, coming out of the COVID, coming out of the economy crash because of the COVID, because of the riots, and Donald Trump is within tenths of points in states that Democrats claim to own, in states that Democrats lost in the down ballot, in states that in the dark of night went for Barack Obama in 2012 when Mitt Romney led all day. Someone needs to look into this. Nobody in the media has the courage to, so I am inviting you, I'm encouraging you to listen to talk radio as much as you can, wherever you can. It's the last live medium that has not been officially censored. Social media is a joke. Newspapers a joke. Local affiliates, they're censored. People do what they're told. They get paid decent money, to do what they're told. If you're making $8 million a year and someone says, don't you dare read this on the teleprompter, you're not going to read it. But there's a lot of great alternative journalism online. Websites and YouTube is filled with talented, informed channels. I mean, with millions of listeners. I've got about 4 viewers, listeners, whatever. YouTube is filled. So, of course, they're banning YouTube, so you may have to go to Brighteon. They're banning Twitter, so you may have to go to Parler, etc., etc. You're going to have to, as an American citizen, you can no longer trust a Chris Wallace or a Don Leming or Joe Scarborough. You cannot trust them on any issue. And right now, it's crazy because they created this illusion, and I think Joe Biden believes it, that he is the president-elect. And no one's done counting. It's November 8th. We were told on Tuesday that the count can take as late as, we could go as deep into the 3rd week of November with some states. And Joe Biden said, be patient. We have to count all the votes. And the president said, okay, we want to count all the votes. We want to be transparent. We want to count legal votes. Yet Friday night, the split second, the Supreme Court of the United States said to Pennsylvania, hey, do us a favor and separate all the votes that came in after 8 o'clock on Election Day. We just want to count them. We want to check out signatures. We want to check out postmarks. All of a sudden, the next day, within 24 hours, the news media said, whoa, 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 whoa. We select Joe. We pick Joe. The news media doesn't do jack. You can't even tell us a story with facts anymore, and you certainly can't select the President of the United States. We do that. You do that. Voters do that. The states have not been certified in the count. The count is not finished. And the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, has not conceded yet. So this fantasy, people dancing, and I have to admit, there were a few that danced pretty well. Most of them were guys in Philly, but I got to tell you, they danced pretty well. Here's the good thing about these parties that are going on in New York, and I was watching them today on the different news channels because Joe Biden is such a young, energetic, focused guy. He's really going to take the Democrat Party to a special place. The best thing about it, now I know there's a lot of people that are depressed. I know you're down. I know you're down. I'm a conservative. I'm a huge Trump fan. I don't hide any of this. This is a kick in the stomach. But if anybody can take a kick like this, it's Donald J. Trump and the Trump family. If anyone can deal with this peacefully, legally, without making things worse, it's conservatives. We're not running around saying we're going to burn stuff. We're not threatening to lock and load and get in your face and go where you eat. That's Maxine Waters. That's the rest of the Democrat Party. That's Nutty Buddies. What we want is what Donald J. Trump is entitled to. He is entitled to a fair, legal, accessible, observable count of legal votes. He's the sitting president of the United States. There it is. That's what he's entitled to. So is Joe Biden. But for some reason, Joe Biden wanted to stop a couple nights ago. Stay positive, stay focused, stay engaged, and stay tuned in. We're going to keep getting you as much truthful, factual information as we can. We're going to get you evidence where we can. I'm digging up stuff. I'm calling people. And there's a lot of good people on the internet, online, on blogs and video that are doing what the mainstream media hasn't had the courage to do probably in, my God, it's been years. When was the last time anyone in the mainstream media broke a story? It's a serious question. When was the last time anyone in a major news position broke a story? They don't. They're followers, they're puppets, they're extremely well paid to convince you and me what to think, what to buy, how to vote, what to believe. And one thing that this has exposed, and I'm thrilled about it, I think America's done with it now. I think we're done with the media. I think we're done with pollsters. And Joe and what's her name? I want to make sure I pronounce it right. Kamala Harris, yeah. The angry lady. I don't think they know. I don't think they know how done we are with communism, socialism, the Democrat Party, and the accusations. And the fact, excuse me, the fact that Republicans, that they even deny and do not want to investigate fraud, that speaks volumes. I'm Ken Matthews. This is Ken Matthews Weekend. Thanks for watching.